Welcome to episode 4 of Vaguely Inconsistent. I'm Jack, joined by the only two guys I would share a trough-style urinal with, Lou
Hey.
and Duke.
What up?
Hey.
He said trough-style urinal. Damn.
Yep.
I got one of those. The bar I frequent out here in Boulder, it's called the Dark Horse. And the first time I walked into that and I saw like the trough, I was like, you got to be kidding me, right? I'm coming from Vegas, y'all. We all had proper urinals, man. Then I come to this college town bar and we got a damn trough. It's like,
why can't it be called the White Horse, Lou? Come on. At least give me that.
No, it's definitely the Dark Horse, especially when I walk in. It's definitely
Dark Horse Fly, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Don't mind the hole in the wall.
Does that have ice in it?
I wouldn't know.
He doesn't pay attention to it.
You guys do anything fun this weekend?
This upcoming weekend or last weekend?
Last weekend. Since we have last spoken to our amazing fans.
Yeah, he used past tense, son. That means last weekend.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. Sorry.
He was drinking.
Smoking and drinking with my boys tonight, so, you know.
Oh, that's fair.
Birthday party, and I saw the last girl that I was dating, and that was cool, I guess. Like, at least we're, still on cordial terms, so, is what it is. Like,
Well, you don't have a black eye. It doesn't look like she slapped you or anything.
Yeah.
So
No. She was definitely preoccupied through most of the evening, which was good. I was
these nuts.
I was happy with that. Not these nuts. Somebody else's nuts. Good. Go on. Get good power. Power to them. So.
Let's see. I kind of stayed in this weekend. I didn't really do a whole lot. I think Sunday I went to brunch.
Another brunch.
I went to an Italian buffet, and the timing just happened to be that it was brunch. It was kind of cool though. I mean, you go to an Italian place and you get waffles and bacon and sausage and pancakes too.
And spaghetti and meatballs.
Exactly. I got pleasantly plump that day. I ain't gonna lie. Brunch. I don't think I ate dinner that night. That's how much I ate. They lost money on me. Let's put it that way.
Dang.
Jack, sounds like to me though it's rolling off a loose tongue a lot easier than it was the first time he was talking about it. I think he's bought in on it now.
Right?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
He's getting into
it. Now here's my question: Is the ultimate brunch like item a Monte Cristo? Because you get a sandwich that's basically a French toast sandwich. So what do you think?
I'm just saying,
is a Monte Cristo the actual best brunch sandwich?
It's a French toast sandwich.
Food is the fucking Bellini, like.
Basically.
But I'm all about
wait, hold on. Back up. What was yours, dude?
Bellini, man. Like that's my brunch food.
What the hell's a Bellini?
Me a Bellini. It's basically a mimosa with a different juice or fresh juice in it.
It's a mimosa.
When I used to come to Vegas all the time, and we would go to the Silverton buffet when that was open. They used to have a Bellini brunch on Sunday mornings, and they wheeled out a little bar that had it's like you had like 8. You had peach, you had pineapple, you had cherry, they had like 8 different fruit flavors that you could pick from. And if it's not a mimosa, which is a mimosa is champagne and orange juice, it's called a Bellini. And that's just a different drink. It's a different juice in with the champagne.
So champagne with any juice other than orange juice is called a Bellini.
Before noon and after 10.
Kind of bullshit is, man. No.
But no, that's, I mean, I remember back in the day when they would say go to the Paris, because the Paris lunch and dinner were always like super expensive, but breakfast was like super cheap. So you'd show up to the Paris at like 10:30, you'd get breakfast. They would shut everything down for like a half an hour, 45 minutes, and then they would open up for lunch. And if you were still there, they didn't kick you out. So you'd get in for whatever the $28 as opposed to the $45, But that was back before, like Vegas is so much different now than it used to be when they've closed so many of those loopholes.
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Yeah, a lot of them they'll shut down for an hour, and you got to get out before the next
they'll
round
shut
starts.
down for an hour, and then they'll escort your ass out.
Yep, sure will.
Yep.
But this
So.
is baby. I was back in Vegas. I don't know if you guys remember when the Showboat, before it became the Castaways, was doing Friday night $7.99 all you can eat crab legs. So those were the days.
Shit.
Yep,
Yeah.
those were the days. Now out here in Colorado, if I go to Blackhawk, which is about an hour away, their casino town, that's
Blackhawk.
You heard me, fool. Blackhawk.
It is when
just
Lou
like
walks
that.
in the door. It is when Lou walks in the door.
As soon as I walk in, big swinging. We're not in Central City. We're in Blackhawk.
All I'm picturing right now is the sign that says Blackhawk, and then when you walk in, like the H, like and turns into a C, and and then everybody in town knows, oh, Lou's there.
Oh, we need a graphic artist to do that for us. That would be awesome.
Hey, you know what? When we get our Magic Spoon sponsorship, then we'll
don't
we'll
say
pay
their
somebody.
name.
Sorry.
Don't say their name.
Sorry.
Paying us yet?
Yeah.
They don't get that. But either way, what I was going to say is that, like I was saying, the $7.99, late '90s, early 2000s crab leg buffet. That same buffet up in Blackhawk is $70. 70.
Yeah.
F that.
Wow. For real though.
Well, you stop
buy
at
a
Prim,
Roosevelt
and you used to be able to. You stop at Prim, and you used to be able to go to, you'd go to Buffalo Bill's or you'd go to Whiskey Pete's and get like a $9 prime rib, and it was a
Whiskey
chunky
Pete's.
prime rib,
Yep.
Now you can't find a prime rib for. I mean, I think the cheapest prime rib is the Tony Roma special, right? And that's $14.99 or something. Like
I didn't think, but you're right. There used to be billboards that was like $9.99 or $7.99 prime rib everywhere.
Dirt cheap prime rib everywhere. That was my thing, man. Like I would just load up and then I get home and then just have the biggest belly.
35-minute shit.
Boom,
yeah,
done.
Basically,
definitely get some game time in on the phone.
I was going to say, what game are you playing on the toilet at that time? But this is also back. Remember when the I don't know if you guys remember the Rio, the Carnival buffet. Their breakfast was like $2.99 or something. It was so dirt cheap.
And I think that was the one that they did. Isn't that the one that they filmed Swingers in? And so you could walk in and it would be like. I thought it was the Rio was the one. Okay, I'll have to double check and run that back. But because I remember that going to that same buffet and it was the same. Like it's like super dark in there, except for like where the booths are. But like in between is like super dark. Where most of the buffets are super bright, like shining bright lights everywhere. That buffet was super dark, if I remember correctly. Like.
And then do you remember that one that was on the strip down by the New York? It was Monte Carlo. They had a 24-hour buffet.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now you got to go to South Coast.
25 years ago.
South Coast. South Coast is the one that has
South
the
Point?
midnight.
South Point
Has the midnight to 6 a.m. $3.99 steak and eggs.
Yep. Now Arizona Charlie was a place for that. $1.49 steak and eggs. $1.49 ham and eggs. 99 cents stack of pancakes. Oof.
Yeah.
Man, y'all need to stop. I'm getting hungry.
For real though.
All right. Well, enough about her memories of Vegas.
Right.
And getting fat. We all got diabetes now.
Shit.
Facts.
What did we do? Oh, we went to the Henderson Silver Knights game, so it was Star Wars night.
That's right.
They get their butts kicked.
Did you get your saber though?
Like 5-0. Yes, it was a laser sword.
Yeah,
laser sword.
Yeah. Not a lightsaber on Star Wars night. No. It was a laser sword. So wait, they got their butts kicked?
Yeah, dude, it was 5-0. I was like, we should go.
Wait. It was 5-0 wasn't the final? You left before the game was over and it was 5-0?
No, yeah, we left before the game was over.
Damn.
We left in the third, I think. But
we had to go to there was no comeback from that.
Yeah. No, I got my Star Wars jersey, so it was cool.
Oh,
it was a good game. I mean, we were close to the glass. I never sat that close to the glass before.
That's cool. That's fun.
Yeah. They ran out of food. I don't think they were ready for Star Wars people. Like all the special food I was texting you about.
Oh, okay.
They ran out.
Okay.
Like we don't have no more taters for the Darth Tater. It's gone. They ran out of mac and cheese.
What?
Like, dang.
They run out of Java Juice too. Like,
no, they ran out of cups for it though.
Man,
So they give us regular cups.
If you ran out of mac and cheese and you just weren't expecting kids to show up either, because that's what kids eat.
Pulled pork mac and cheese.
Damn, that sounds good.
Right? But they were out, so I wouldn't know.
We're not supposed to be making Lou hungry here.
I know, man. I'm like, yeah. We need to move. Okay, thank y'all for joining. We're gonna go now, so I can go eat.
Lou's got to figure out how to make green chili mac and cheese.
Right?
Yeah. Well, first of all, we all know the mac and cheese won't have milk in it, so it would be add water only. So
no, it'll be some Velveeta shits.
Velveeta, yep. Shells and cheese.
Yep.
The ones that give you want to talk about a 45-minute bathroom run? God damn. That's some Velveeta shells and cheese right there, my friend.
Man, I wouldn't even. I ain't gonna lie. I wouldn't even know. I buy the thing that's already mixed, throw it in the microwave for 4 minutes. Rip off the lid, the plastic film, go 1 more minute. That's my mac and cheese. I'm not doing anything that says add milk. Ain't happening. You want to know why?
No,
watch last episode.
Velveeta comes in the box, and it has the box of shells, and then it comes in like a silver pouch that you got to cut the top off of.
Cheese sauce.
Yeah, it's a sauce.
Oh, see, I could handle that.
And Velveeta is about the furthest away from dairy as you can get, my friend.
Well, I don't have a dairy issue, so that's fine. Like I was saying,
you don't even got to do milk. You don't even. It's not even like you just and then
whatever
you mix
happened
it
to like? Isn't there like here's the powder and then add water? What happened to that? Is that not a thing anymore?
Don't they?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, but you got to add milk. I mean,
no water.
That's what I'm saying. The powder you got to add milk. If you get the one that comes with the silver pouch, then you're good because you don't got to add.
It's just cream
everything's
sauce
in the pouch. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
No. I'll just buy it already done, microwave it for 4 minutes.
There you go.
I'm good.
There you go.
All right. All right then. Moving since we kind of touched on yours last week.
Just a little bit. Yeah, it's real simple. It's The Nightmare Before Christmas. Okay, so I know this movie came out, I believe, late 90s or something like that. I finally watched it.
Early 90s, yeah.
Was it that how long ago? Damn.
Yeah, it was like 93 or something.
Yeah, it was before I graduated.
That's sad for me. Wow, I'm old.
Yeah.
Okay, so
or you're
young,
one or the other.
Either way, that was 30 plus years ago. I finally saw it, maybe 2 years ago, maybe 3.
Yeah, I think it was during Rona. I think it was during Rona that you watched it.
Okay, so let's say in the last 3 years I watched this movie. And for the longest time, so many people were hyped up over this movie. I'm like, okay, I'm finally going to watch it. And then I watch it, and I didn't understand why everybody was so excited and hyped up over this movie. It was just basic movie to me. There was nothing spectacular. I believe that may have something to do with the fact that the technology now versus then, back then in the early 90s, that stop motion, the way the art looked, all that was just, oh, this is something different. And that may be it. I don't know. But I thought the story was okay. The animation was okay. But I saw it once. I have no interest, no need to see it again. I am good. So I don't get it.
The songs are bangers.
I mean, there might have been 2 that I liked. I'm not going to lie. There are probably 2 that I liked. I think Jack sang one of them. There might have been that sandbag dude in the burlap stuff. He might have sang Oogie Boogie. I think he sang. Yeah, I think he sang the other one I like.
So sandbag guy.
I mean, whatever he is. I look at him and I want to do a 3-legged race. Like, what kind of crap is that? Like,
Lou, you're always doing a 3-legged race. Let's not even lie. That is true.
I mean, that's the best part. I can be butt-ass naked and drunk, and I'm still standing up. I'm good.
You'd be like, can I just buy one shoe? And they're like, sir, what? I just need one.
I just need one. Yeah, I got that R2 action. Look at that third leg coming out. Just roll around. Just put it in a roller skate.
Yeah. You only got one jet, though. Your ass.
I mean, hey, man, I ate the right stuff. It'll be fine. I ate the right stuff. That's all the motivation I need to move around. But yeah, so that's my movie, Nightmare Before Christmas. Again, no apologies if that was your movie, because I'm not sorry about that. That was mine. Duke, you want to jump in with yours?
Sure. I'm gonna go with Old Boy, the original Old Boy.
Okay.
Because
that was we got the remake with Thanos and Scarlet Witch, right? Is that one?
Well, there was the original one, I think Korean one.
But
yeah. So my story
they did
to
the
that,
remake, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
My story with that is, I had to look it up real quick. In 2011, The Raid came out, and The Raid is one of my favorite movies of all time. It's I think it's Taiwanese, and it was one of those movies. Like, I went and I, like, my brain just, and I'd hung around people who were like film nerds. Like, I never really considered myself like a huge film nerd. Like, I've seen The Godfather 500 times or whatever. Like, not like that. And I'd heard about like the Far East movies and that type of stuff, but I was never like into them. Like, I never was like, yeah, I should go watch this. And then the new Old Boy came out a couple years later, and I was like, okay, well, people say this is crap compared to the old one, so I should go watch the old one because I've never seen the old one. And I went and watched the old one, and I was like, yeah, fuck Thanos. Like, what the fuck? Like, and then that dovetailed into me now just totally, like, that is part of my watching. Like, if I see like foreign movies coming out in 2024, like, I go over that list because there's Train to Busan. What was the other one? There was a whole series of them that came out after The Raid that were starring the same people, and or
Right.
had those people in it in different parts, and watching most of those and going like, yeah, like, bangers. Like, you want like John Wick before John Wick was a thing. You watch any of those movies, and when you see a guy fly off of a balcony onto another balcony on his back, and you see him just go brr, and it was actually a dude doing that, and you just go, God damn! Like, the commitment those stunt guys, like, it was almost kind of like my introduction into like stunt, like extreme stunt stuff, where it wasn't like, it was all the people who were starring in the movie were doing all their own stunts. Up until that point, most of the stuff that I'd seen, it was like, oh yeah, this is I'm just gonna, like, who's somebody not Tom Cruise, right? Movie stars who are not Tom Cruise, where you could tell when they were in a fist fight with the bad guy, like, it wasn't him or it wasn't her. Like, but these guys were all 100% doing their own stuff, and just the level of violence and the level of kind of commitment that they have to it. So I'm gonna go with Old Boy, because I think I think if I would have seen that earlier, I would have
So
been,
the unknown incest just didn't do it for you.
yeah, no.
Okay, hang on. I am confused. I got two things right now. One, I have no idea any of the movies you just named. Number two,
All right, well,
so are you saying that Old Boy, a bunch of people liked this movie, you finally saw it and you didn't like it?
no, I did. Like,
Well,
that was,
you missed
but
the
I
homework
thought it was,
assignment,
I
son.
thought it was just something. Wait, I guess I misunderstood the
The
I
assignment.
guess I misunderstood the homework. I thought the homework was something that you were late to the party to, and then your opinion of it afterwards. So I was disappointed in
Nah.
myself that I hadn't seen it earlier. I mean, most of the movie. I mean, I can't, like.
There's not one movie you can think of that everybody's all, oh my God, I love this. And you're like, why? Hold on.
Because
I was going to say, hold that thought. We can have Jack do his and come back to
it. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Sorry.
So I have
guess
two.
I don't listen.
What? I wasn't listening. Oh, go ahead.
Old Boy was good though. You should watch
Was
it.
it?
We watched
Okay,
both of them.
all
They're
right.
both
Yeah,
good.
I seriously have not heard of that movie.
And then
Plus,
The Raid.
Scarlet Witch's boobs is up in there, so.
Oh, well, that's enough right there.
Right? And the remake. So you got to watch the original, then the remake.
Okay, all right.
So I have two. First one is Something About Mary. When that movie came out, I didn't see it. Like, at all. I don't know why. We just weren't going to the movies. I didn't care to rent it. But it was like, oh, she puts it in her hair and the bleeder and all that stuff. So I finally saw it. I think it was before the girls were born. So probably 2009, 2010-ish. I watched it. I'm like, I guess it's funny, but everybody's like, it's the best. Nothing. It was not that great, in my opinion.
Oh,
I've seen better gross out comedies.
Does it have anything to do with your relationship to the star of the movie?
No, not at all. Because I like The Mask.
Yeah, I'm just asking because I wanted to fill that in as far as backstory for your.
I didn't see it when it came out.
What relation?
Don't know why, I'll name drop for you. Okay.
I was gonna say, what relation to the star of the movie?
Jack's wife used to live down the street from Cameron Diaz. So, like,
Yeah,
from
like my
back in the day.
father-in-law used to take them to school, like
Yeah.
drive them to school.
Dang.
We went over to their house for Christmas one year.
Okay,
It was
that's
the year
wild.
Furby came out. It was the first time I saw Furby. Kind of cool. Second movie, this is going to make
Yep.
everybody mad. All the younger kids. Hocus Pocus.
Oh, dude, I'm with you on that one. Nope, I support you
I
on
did
that
not
one.
grow up with that movie at all. So the second one was coming out. Everybody's like, "Oh my god, it's finally happening!" So I watched it in anticipation. Like, Sarah
Bruh.
Jessica Parker was actually hot in it.
Yep.
That's about as far as it goes.
I'm with you on that one. Support that 100%. I saw it finally late or whatever it was, or I saw it recently. Maybe I saw it a long time ago and forgot about it. When I saw it again a couple years ago, I am just making fun of people. My friends like, you like this movie? I don't know if I could be friends with you. It was that I did not like. I didn't even watch part 2. I was not having it. The stupid
Part two
walk
was
that
even
they
worse.
do. Oh, how could it be even worse? That's a thing.
It was worse. Yeah.
Well, because
yeah.
the majority of sequels suck. I mean, like, that's another conversation for another.
Empire Strikes Back, but whatever.
Yeah. Hey,
It's not a sequel. It's
sorry.
It's a continuation of the same story.
There, and also
Not a
there's a couple exceptions, but you know,
There's a whole scene in Scream 2 about it, with Timothy Olyphant explaining sequels and why some are better than others. All right, Lou, so
we're gonna.
Nightmare Before Christmas or Hocus Pocus?
Oh man,
You
hold
have
on.
to watch one.
If
You're
I
coming
have
up
to,
for Halloween.
okay.
What are we watching?
Nightmare Before Christmas. Yeah, I would not want to watch Hocus Pocus again, ever. The best part of that movie was probably, obviously Sarah Jessica Parker. She was hot in that movie, but
She was very hot in that movie.
What was his name? Jonathan, the headless dude in the graveyard. I can't remember his name.
Yeah.
Was that his name?
Me
Jonathan?
neither.
But either way,
Something. I don't know.
That dude was kind of cool. But the rest of it, oh god, please no, man.
All right, I got it.
Duke found one.
You want? This is going to be the most controversial podcast ever right now. You guys, and I think
words,
you know what?
words.
And I think I know why. Why I may have seen the first one all the way through, and I think that's it.
Uh-oh.
Are you guys ready? I might get kicked off the
Hit
podcast.
me.
This might be my last Toy Story. Boom.
Toy Story.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you didn't see it when it came out?
No, I didn't see it when it came out. Everybody said it was the greatest, and I think I might have watched it like after it came out on, like I watched it, like downloaded it and watched it after the fact, and I was like, I get it, like I understand like why people would like it, but it's not hitting me. And again, I think it goes back to what we talked about, what I've discussed before about the whole kind of art curator thing, like because I didn't discover it, like it didn't hit home, you know, like it doesn't have anything in here, like there's no I don't have any feelings for it or anything. And I like Toy Story Land at Disneyland. I like going on the rides and that type of thing. I like, I get all of that, but it doesn't have like, it's not like when I see it I get like a warm feeling, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I can understand that, because that whole franchise, people are all about it, and I'm with you. Yeah. I'm like, I saw the first one, it was fine, but whatever. I saw the second one, it was fine. The third one I actually liked. The first two was whatever. I think there was a fourth one. I never saw it.
There was, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think I was
now there's a fifth one coming out. Nope.
I think I was too old. I think that was part of the problem, was like I wasn't the audience, right? And
yeah,
but then everybody around me, again, it's they have a land at Disneyland. That's how beloved it is, right? Like Disneyland isn't gonna open up lands for things that they own for stuff that isn't going to draw people in, right? They're not gonna have a Nutty Professor ride, or they're not gonna have the dog who drove a car area, like they're gonna have the area. They're very strategic with that type of stuff, and so there you go. There's my
that is controversial.
Right.
But see, I'm younger than you guys, so when did that come out, like 95? 94?
Yeah, 95
let me
sounds
see.
right.
Let me
95
see.
sounds right.
Toy Story. Toy Story. Toy Story came out in
So,
95. So that was the year I graduated. So
And that was 2 years
so
after I graduated.
yes, I was still in high school. It's probably 10th grade, probably.
yeah.
So it
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
hit me better. And we did see it in the theater. And I've seen all of them in the theater since then, I think. But yeah, I like them. I
Spoilers,
balling.
damn.
You haven't seen Toy Story 3 yet. Just saying.
I was gonna say that's the one that did it. Like 1 and 2 was like okay, it was fine. 3, I actually enjoyed 3 though. Three was good. 3, but I was gonna say I cried at that one, but I cried a lot of movies, so it's like it's that I can't sit here and say like, oh, that one got me. When I watch a commercial and some military person comes home and surprises his wife and kid, I'm crying at that. So,
No, it's
Yeah.
the dog. It's the dog when the
but
dog recognizes him.
Oh
yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But that's probably my bias, being a military kid. So I see that, and it's like, ah, they surprise. I love those ones.
I usually am fine in a movie. Like I'll chew my lip or chew the inside of my cheek or whatever if I start getting a little, verklempt. But if I hear somebody else, if I'm sitting there and I'm like
Oh, the
chewing,
sniffle.
and all of a sudden I hear the,
Yep.
I'm like, oh shit! Like, goddamn. Okay, fine. Oh god.
All right, I guess we're doing this.
we're all here, right? Everybody in the theater, we're all here right now.
Man, I got to the point, I don't know, maybe 15, 20 years ago, I just didn't care. I was like, whatever. If I'm going to cry in a movie, I'm going to cry in a movie.
Yeah.
Right?
That kudos to you, movie director, for making me cry and feel your characters. So, power to you. I'll take it. But now, hold on.
Same.
Yeah. Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
I could sit here and watch a TV show on the couch or whatever. And if something hits me, I'm just going to let it go. I don't care.
Oh shit! I still remember sitting at home watching the season finale of season 1 of Friday Night Lights, and they're in the football game, and they're like and I know what's going to happen. Like what's going to happen, right? Like
Right.
going down the field,
Stereotypical.
and at the end when it hits and the music, and I'm just like, and I'm like, I need to go in the kitchen, and I need a fucking drink, and I need a moment to like just not like.
Man, I guess I'll have to watch Friday Night Lights and find out what you're talking about.
The last time that happened to me, and it still gets me, is Endgame with Hawkeye. Like the first 10, that's my up. Is the first 10 minutes of Endgame is my up, right? With Hawkeye doing his thing with his family, and he turns around and he turns back and his daughter's gone, and I'm just like,
yep.
Yeah, I couldn't relate to that. I saw that and was like, oh, he got a lot of more free time on his hands. You know what? I'm curious though. Oh, hold on, Jack.
Yeah,
I'm curious because Duke brought it up because he got the homework assignment incorrect. Now I'm curious, like, or back to Duke's thing. So like late to the game, like, oh my god, I saw this movie and it's been out for 15, 20 years. It's amazing. This is kind of spur of the moment because even right now, I can't think one off the top of my head that's like, what movie that I saw recently or in the last few years that has been out forever.
That you were late to?
I was late to the party, finally saw it and was like, how did I not watch this movie a long time ago? And
so like the opposite end of the spectrum.
Yeah, the opposite side of I'm trying to think
Duke
of
already gave his. That was cheating.
Yeah, for real. I'm basically.
You thought I didn't get the homework? I was writing the homework.
Man, like I'm putting us on the spot. It doesn't even have to be like right now, recently, like something that you saw in your past that you finally saw
in life.
Like for me, you know what? I think I can think of for me because I was late to the Disney stuff. I didn't watch Disney movies growing up. I didn't get into it until, Little Mermaid and Lion King, Aladdin, and stuff like that. So for me, it's a classic, but it was Sleeping Beauty.
Like early 90s.
Yeah.
Like
early
so like
90s,
92. 91, 92, 93, when all their bangers were coming out like that.
Yep. That's basically when I got into Disney movies, and so I went back and watched the other ones. And Sleeping Beauty, I thought was freaking amazing. That dragon was badass, and I kind of think, this is something from I can't remember how old it was, but obviously some
60s.
70s, some 60s,
50s,
60-year-old movie.
Yeah,
and this thing was just like, what? this was, how did I miss this? And there were a lot of the Disney movies, but that's just because I was super late to the game. Obviously, we all were going to be for those '60s type
Yeah.
releases, but for
Yeah.
me, I didn't watch them until I
You're
was in my
pushing
20s.
adulthood. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I was
You
probably
never had a
25 before I started really watching those.
you never had a giant stack of those the white plastic clamshell Disney cases. Because the Disney ones, I think, were the only ones
castles.
the only ones
Yeah.
that came in white. I think everything else was black or brown, but Disney was always white.
Yep.
I remember seeing those cases, like watching, what was it, Fox and the Hound, and that type of stuff. Black Hawk, like we talked about last week, Robin Hood, those ones. But yeah, I would say Sleeping Beauty was the one when I finally watched that one, and probably 101 Dalmatians. But I like the music in 101 Dalmatians.
You slept on Sleeping Beauty.
Heyo. Not
Dang,
this, not anymore. Jack's like, I was already on top of everything. When it came out, I watched it.
Yeah, I watched it. I watched it from the womb. I was watching it in the nutsack. Shit.
Get front row seats.
No, he just saw it at graveyard when his dad was working graveyard at Disneyland, so he just got to see all the skeletons and shit like that.
Dang, I don't know. I can't think of a movie that's older that I watched. I'm like, oh, that was a banger.
All right.
You know what else I watched that wasn't as good as I was hoping? I was watching the Beverly Hills Cop movies in preparation for the new one coming out. They're just okay. I've seen better comedy actions. I'm sure in the 80s they were amazing, but they're just okay.
Now, did you remember watching them before, or is this your first time watching them?
I don't know if I had watched them before.
Okay.
When I was a kid.
Man. See, now I'm thinking just kind of, I guess the last thing on this list that we're doing here would be, what's something that you've seen that you thought was fantastic, or Sarah, I'm sure you got a bunch of them that you think other people have not seen. Like, for example, for me, it's the Red Violin with Samuel L. Jackson. The Red Violin basically goes to the history, I can't remember how long, but maybe like 500 years of this particular violin. Some fancy violin maker gets to, I won't spoil the beginnings because it's really relevant. So, but you get this violin, Sam Jackson character is in the modern day times, and he's in an auction house, and he's going to auction off this violin. And then they go back 500 years or however many hundred years it is, and they trace the history of this violin from when it was created to the auction house. And a friend of mine told me about it. I don't know, but I ran into this movie 15, 20 years ago, and it was like, holy crap, this movie was fantastic. I'm sure it's on streaming at this point. But that movie, like most people, I mentioned it, they're like, I don't know this movie you're talking about. And then they watch it, it's like, holy crap, that was a great movie. And to see the history of this violin, I absolutely recommend it. So that was one.
Speaking of unknown Sam Jackson movies, I liked Caveman's Valentine. He's
like
a homeless pianist or something. And this lady discovers him, and he's like a schizophrenic or something. But he was like this master pianist, like doing concerts and all kinds of stuff. And then his schizophrenia kicked in, so now he's homeless. And this lady like revived.
Huh. That sounds interesting. I would watch that.
Right? At night watching movies.
Oh yeah! Oh my god, that was so good. I watched all three that night. That was so good.
X is the one, the farm one, or
X
being... Well, there's two sequels to that too.
That's what I'm saying. I watched all three of those movies in one night.
The third one,
you cray.
Yeah, it hasn't. Yeah,
what
were you watching? Yeah, the third one hasn't come out yet.
All three.
So the third one's an actual sequel to the first one, where the second one was a prequel. The third one's a sequel, where she actually goes to Hollywood to become a movie star.
Oh, that's right. Because the sequel,
rather,
part 2 was the one when they went back 100 years or whatever it was.
Right.
Either way, those two movies were great. I'm looking forward to
right?
You know what? I know why I thought I saw 3, because you told me to watch the trailer after that, and the third one. Yeah, okay, that's what it was.
I'm going to give you guys a recent one, and nobody that I know has seen it or really even knows anything about it, and it was fantastic.
I'll see Dune too soon. Stop.
No. Godzilla -1. Godzilla -1 was great. It was one of the best movies that I've seen in the
That's
last.
too new.
No, but I'm just saying,
It
like,
just won Oscars
it's in
too.
the theater. It's in the theater, and I tell people, and they go, "What?" Like, side tangent. I coordinate like a bunch of movies throughout the year for people to go see as a group. I have like an events list that I'm like a event promoter. Let's do that. Let's say that.
You need a monocle.
I know. So I have like a list of people that if I'm going to go see a movie, I'll like send a list out and say, hey, on Friday, I'm going to go see this. Like next weekend when Ghostbusters comes out, I have to like be like, sorry guys, like I'm going to go see it on Tightwad Tuesday because I'm going to be out of town. So if you want to go on Tuesday and see it with me, you can. Otherwise I'm happy to set something up for people to meet up on Friday. But, I sent out a survey a couple months ago before kind of all the spring movies came out, and I said, what are people interested in seeing? I don't want to send out a bunch of emails to people if they're not interested in seeing stuff. And it had, Ghostbusters, and it had wow, I'm just completely blanking on all the movies that I've seen in the last couple months. Give me 1 second.
Nothing's coming out.
Let's go to Fandango and look at my account.
Fandango? What the hell, man?
He likes paying those online ticket fees.
I guess.
No, I don't.
Get your Cinemark action going.
I just use it as a thing to coordinate my. Lisa Frankenstein was great. Argyle was okay. But and Dune 2, of course. But then I like sent out a thing saying, "Hey, who wants to see these movies?" And like out of like the 22 people I sent the email to, like 2 people wanted to go see Godzilla +1, and I'm like, what's wrong with you people? Like more people wanted to go see Ghostbusters, and I'm like, what's wrong with you people? Like Godzilla, just say you want to go. And it was just me and one other guy. We went, and we both walked out of the theater saying, God damn, that was a banger. Like it was a great story. It was like it was not the Godzilla Kong like we're like the US version. It was definitely the Japanese version of Godzilla, but it was really, really good. Like they definitely deserve the Oscar for special effects because there was so many effects that they did that you could tell that they had seen all the original Godzilla movies, right? When they had the girl in the
rubber
subway car, and they're shaking the subway car, and the girl's going back and forth while it's in Godzilla's mouth, and these there was so many homages to that type of stuff and those types of special effects. But I saw a video afterwards talking about how they made all the special effects, and so much of the stuff was CGI, and they did such a great job of making it look real, making it look like it was actually happening. And I tell people, sorry, go ahead.
No. Go ahead. Finish your
thought. I was just going to say, like, I tell people, like, this is a great movie. Like, it's a great story. It deals with like a bunch of topics it has to deal with like survivor's guilt. And there's a bunch of topics that people don't like talking about. Survivor's guilt. There's it happens right after, at the end of World War II. And so there's all of these things that are tied into that being Japanese. And so it being a Japanese movie, you get their perspective instead of like somebody from here's perspective of what happened there, right? Like, oh, I think this stuff happened. Like the people, you could tell that there was a respect for what those people went through after the end of World War II. And all of that stuff, like, I didn't like cry during it, but like there were things that happened that you were like, oh, I was not expecting this for a Godzilla movie, So
I see my thing with that one though is that one I'm just waiting for it to come on streaming. Last year when that movie released, I heard nothing but good things and rave reviews about it. All positive. Everything that I heard, read, saw, listened to. It's just that I just wasn't in the mood to go to the theater to watch it. So as soon as it hits streaming, if it's not already, that is definitely on my list to watch. Like I said, all positive on that one.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, but most people before the awards season started, they were like, "What? Is that the one with King Kong?" No. It's the much better one.
Yeah, most people I know out here in Colorado, they knew about that movie. A lot of them didn't go see it because they just didn't want to go to the movie theater, but they knew about it and it was all good to go.
Yeah.
I think my other one that you guys may have heard of this one. I've already seen it. An older movie that I like that most people may not know is Sliding Doors with Gwyneth Paltrow.
I know of it. I've never seen it, but
that one,
I don't
it's
know if
basic.
I've seen it. I might have seen it.
And well, the basic gist of it is Gwyneth Paltrow's character like misses her subway train or misses her train, her L, whatever train she's leaving work or something happens, and then the movie plays out the scenario of her life of making that train or missing that train, and you see both things and what happens, and it just plays out, and it was so cool. So again, I don't want to spoil it because if I start talking about it, because you guys have got to watch this movie. It's kind of like the last one I have here before I pass it over to you guys is The Game. You know, Sean Penn and Michael Douglas.
Oh yeah.
Holy crap, that movie was fantastic.
Yeah.
Again, spoilers. Can't say anything; it'll totally ruin it for you. But if you're into brain fuck movies, that movie is what you need to watch. The Game. Oh yeah, that was a good one.
That was a good one.
That was a good one.
I don't know if it holds up, but it's at the time.
Yeah,
it was definitely. I feel like it was one of those. I feel like it's one of those movies that, like, at the time did really good things, and then a bunch of people saw that and went, "Oh, like, this is my career path now." So, like, I don't think we have John Wick if we don't have Equilibrium, right?
No,
but
that movie's definitely a sleeper, though. A lot of people have not seen that.
Yeah, they have not. That and what, Gattaca? That's the other one a lot of people probably wouldn't have seen. But Ethan Hawke, I think.
Mm-hmm.
In Gattaca. Yeah.
Did you guys see Boondock Saints? I know Duke did for sure.
I did not.
No, that's another cult movie, Lou. People will tell you it's amazing. I like it because Duke and I watched it when it came out, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So we saw it back when everything was new and cool. But you should definitely check it out.
Okay,
it's a really good movie. It's about these two brothers.
Oh, that sounds fun. I'd watch that.
Daryl from The Walking Dead in it has
Oh, that's good to know. See, I was wondering where he came from. I wasn't sure if he was in anything before The Walking Dead, but I guess he was.
He was in a few movies and stuff.
What?
He was in Blade 2.
Was he really?
Yeah. He was the guy. He was the replacement for Whistler.
Yeah.
Oh well, hell, it's been a while since I've seen Blade 2, and the way things are going, we're not going to see the next Blade movie.
No shit.
That thing's probably.
I'm trying to find the. I saw a movie trailer for a movie that's coming out, Lou, along the Sliding Doors lines.
Okay.
Where the premise, I think, is a girl and her boyfriend, and something they get in a car accident and the boyfriend dies, and so the girl's moving on with her life. But every time certain songs come on like she puts a record on and a certain song comes on, she gets like transported back to the time that she heard that with her boyfriend. And then, so I guess it's kind of like a Sliding Doors / Groundhog Day type of thing, where she goes back in time and is now like, has to try to figure out like why she's doing this. Because again, she goes back in time, sees her boyfriend's like, oh shit, I gotta save him.
Right. Butterfly effect time stuff.
Right. Like, yeah, like what happens if I go back in time and make this one little change where I say, don't get in the car? Then, how does that cascade out? Oh, now he cheated on me, which she like,
right. And who knows how that plays out.
Like, oh, then the phone rings and it's the girl that he's cheating on her with. She never got that call because, he died. Right. Like that type of thing.
Yeah.
I gotta see. I'll see if I can find it.
Is that like coming soon to theaters or something?
Movie. Yeah. It was a trailer. It was a trailer that I'd
streaming in today's world is straight to streaming or whatever.
Yeah, who knows?
But since you were talking about Sliding Doors, and I was like, oh, like I have this.
Yeah, I'd be cool for that. Like I like those movies too. Like what, Lake House, those type.
Oh yeah.
That would fall for me in that same category. That was a good movie too.
Where is it?
But it's Keanu, right? So I'm okay with Keanu. A lot of people want to make fun of him all they want. That's fine. I'll still watch his movies. I like him.
Sandra Bullock in that one too.
Yeah.
Which one?
I like that one.
Lake House.
Lake House.
Yeah.
Is that the second they did, or there 3 that they did? So obviously they're Speed.
Well, obviously Speed. than that one.
And then Lake House. I thought there was one more, but maybe not. Was he in that one where she was a alcoholic or a drug abuser? She's in
28
rehab.
days.
Yeah, was he in
No,
that?
not
28 days. 28 days.
28.
But
Well, I started thinking zombies and Killian Murphy.
Hey, they're doing 28 years later, by the way.
Which is dumb. They skipped 28 months, but whatever.
No, it's a 28 month. It might be 28 months. You might be right.
No, I think you're right. I think it is 28 years because I got mad when I heard that.
It's been that long since.
Exactly.
Nobody care about nothing changes.
Dude, if they're gonna do days and then do weeks, you got to do months before you go to years. My OCD is not happy. I'm gonna have to make a fan film or something to call it 28 months later.
Series.
When I heard twitching as soon as I heard that.
You guys see the trailer for the Fallout TV show?
Yes. That girl was cute as heck.
I saw it. Oh, the Fallout. Yeah, no. I haven't seen a trailer yet. I saw that it's coming out or already out, but I did not see a trailer.
Oh, yeah, no, there's a trailer out. It looks pretty good.
And it has Shane. And Shane can do no wrong.
Walking Dead Shane?
Lou didn't see the shield.
No.
Lou didn't see the shield.
Oh,
Walton Goggins. Justified?
Oh, I know him. Okay, yeah. He's cool. I like him.
He's fantastic. Him and Timothy Olyphantastic.
As long as they don't screw it up, great. I mean, it's like these video games who should that become TV shows or movies. Let's not cater to the fans who bought it and satisfy them. Let's try to get a new audience and piss off all the the classic fans of it. That pisses me off when they do stuff like that.
I didn't get that impression from the trailer at all. Like
that would be good. That would be fantastic.
I got the impression that it's a different story in that universe.
Oh yeah, it definitely felt like it was.
But like he was saying, like they're going in a different, them going in a different direction. I didn't get that impression at all. But also it wasn't like if you've played Fallout 3, then there's no point in watching the show. Like I feel like different stuff happens. But
see, I didn't find that. Like, what was that? The Last of Us was that the zombie one? Okay, that basically followed the game, and it was great. So I mean, just do that. Follow the storyline. It's okay. I mean, your fans, like if they did some Star Wars game and they turned it into a TV show / movie, I would want them to follow the storyline of the game. I mean, that's what I like. So why were you going to give me, oh, that's not what happened? I don't want a whole bunch of, oh, that's not what happened. That's going to piss me off.
The difference, I think the difference, though, is with Fallout, though, that a lot of people love it because of the world, not necessarily because of what happens to a particular person. Like it's the whole why it happened and
post-apocalyptic and
buying
stuff with
soda
bottle caps.
And again, it's like Jack was saying, like it's the same premise of what the video games did, where it's somebody leaving the vault for the first time, which is what I think all the games start out with. Like you're in a vault, you come out of the vault, and it's the world, right? And that's
right.
And so it's not doing like a beat for beat, like, oh, she walks down the hill and she runs into this town. And hey, guess what? It's the same town that you ran into in Fallout 2. Like it's there. I think there's a lot of homages and stuff like that.
I would prefer that. I would prefer them to run into the town that I'm familiar with from Fallout 2.
But the thing is, they run into a town, but it's not the same town, right? It's
why
there's
not?
Little different. Well, because there's little. I mean, again, it's there's a whole world for them to explore, right? And people have been clamoring for them to expand on the world, right? Like to expand on what.
No, they can do that in season 2. Nuh-uh. It's like because then it's going to be too unfamiliar. It's like, okay, I did this thing, and then they're going to give me this thing that's okay. Now it's going this way. We're in the same world, but it has nothing to do with the characters, and all. No. Save that for season 2. Give me
when you think of Fallout, though, you're not thinking about the character. I've only played Fallout 3, honestly. I don't know if my character had a name. If it was blue and yellow jumpsuit, the ball, and those armored dude. That's Fallout to me.
And the bears with 2 heads.
Well, here I could tell you, as somebody who hasn't played any of the Fallout games, I'm just saying that's what I would want. I would want them to follow the game script. I didn't play any of them, so it's all going to be new to me. Kind of like when I watched Halo. I saw Halo and was like, I don't know anything about. I didn't play this game, but I know enough about it. I know about the Needler and some of these. I mean, I played it a few times, and that was because my dad wanted to play it, and I played it with him. He loved it. I was like, okay, it's fine. It's not Gears of War, so I didn't want to play it. And I watched the TV show, and episode 1 was like, oh hell yeah, this reminds me of what I could see in my dad playing and people playing the game. And then it fell off the map, and I choked down the last 8 episodes and finished it. But god damn, that was horrible. It was a horrible TV show. And then I jump into season 2 of Halo, and now I'm halfway through it. I'm gone through 4 episodes, and it's better. Still ain't good though. I'll tell you that right now. The whole thing they did it. I again don't want to spoil it too much, but they changed kind of how the ending and the ending of season 1 going into the start of season 2. The character that he had with him is no longer there. They don't really explain it. I hope they do later on in this season, but I am not enjoying that. I enjoyed him having that relationship with that character, and it's gone now, and it's like, all right, whatever. And I'll finish it just to finish it, but I'm not liking it.
Well, Jack and I have spent way too many hours playing Halo.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not spoilers for him to say that Cortana and Master Chief do meet up at the end of season 1.
Well, I was thinking spoilers for our fans, but
Oh, yeah. Well, if I think this will be notes. This will be after the podcast notes. But I definitely feel like we just need to Jack needs to just put a slide up at the beginning of the show and say spoilers for this movie, this TV show, this game, this book, this.
Okay, you know what's funny though? I was going to ask you guys that since I know you two played. I was going to ask if that Cortana character was like in the video game, or is that made for TV?
Yeah.
So,
she's a major part of it.
And in fact, the lady who does the voice in the TV show is the same one who did the voice in the games,
but not for season 2.
No, it's the same. The difference between season 1 and season 2 is season 1's Cortana was a completely CGI creation, and season 2 they used a person.
Oh, that's why I don't like
it. They digitize her.
I like the look of her in season 1 better.
The problem is that she looks way more video game accurate in season 2 than she did in season 1, and so that's hey, but going back to your point, if they were following it to the letter, then you would have hated it.
If I probably would have. I probably would have.
Just saying, like sometimes little changes can be good. Like,
oh yeah, absolutely, they can be. It's just, but having not had an introduction to Halo and got used to Cortana in season 1 and how she grew in the 6 episodes that she had or however many episodes it was, I thought that was great. And then to go into season 2 and it's not her anymore, I'm like, but I'm attached to this character. Who is this person? I saw her and was like, this person looks different. And I thought it was a different voice, but it wasn't. Okay, it's the same voice.
It's the same voice.
Right.
Same girl.
I mean, she's only been in it for
same actor.
like 5 seconds in season 2, but
it's actually the same one that does Princess Peach's voice for all the Mario games.
I saw that. I was looking at some of the things. Was like, oh, holy crap, that's. Cool.
But I thought it was cool. I'm surprised you haven't watched it yet, Jack.
Busy. Always doing stuff.
You got a podcast to run, man.
Yeah,
calm down.
Right?
You're gonna have a kingdom to run here soon enough,
right? Watch this for me and tell me what my opinion is.
For real. You know what? You know me and Duke well enough that about 80%. I don't want to be too greedy, but 80%, we'd probably get your opinion right on whatever we saw.
Probably.
Go ahead.
I was going to say there's going to be those something about Mary's in there, but other than that, we would get 80% right.
My TV shows that I started watching that I'm enjoying so far, I just started watching the Shogun TV show.
Oh, glad to hear that.
I've been seeing that's on my list.
It's
definitely, it looks fantastic.
Yeah, it's really good, and it has the girl from the main character, or the main female, the female protagonist of the show is the same actor from Monarch, the Godzilla TV show from Apple, and so when I saw it was her, and she looks super different. It's wild. Like if you see like the stills from Monarch, and then you see the stuff from from Shogun. But again, I think in Monarch they were trying to give her like a modern look, and with Shogun being 200 years ago or 250
Right.
years ago, like she's way more traditional. And I definitely was like, how you doing? Like I was like, okay, cool. Like
No,
so
yeah, that's good to
my
hear because that's on my list. The current thing I'm watching right now is Jack Ryan on Prime.
nice.
I'm currently I got through 1, 2, and 3, and I'm on 4 right now. I have 2 episodes to go to finish, and then I'll wait for the spinoff of that when they do Rainbow Six. So
Yeah, nice.
That's also
I
a video
enjoyed.
game.
yeah, and I didn't play that one. You know what? I lie. Is there a Rainbow Six Vegas?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay,
So many
I
hours
played
on that too.
one, but it was too hard, and I gave up on it.
No, that game was bullshit. We don't have time to talk about it now, but that game was bullshit.
There was some scene with the sniper stuff, and I gave up on that. I could not pass that level, so I gave up.
No, the mechanics were so broken in that game. You would go into a room and you'd clear the room, and then you'd take 2 steps forward, and then everything would spawn behind you, and you'd die, and you'd be like, "What the fuck?" Oh, it's because the guy because I cleared this corner, but then I wasn't far enough in the room to fire off all of the guys in the room, all the to spawn the room basically. So you'd go into a room and you'd stand in the doorway and you'd clear your corners like you're supposed to, and then you'd walk in, and then the game would go, "Oh, you're in the room. Let me activate everything," and then all of a sudden you're getting shot in the back, and you're like,
"Yeah, that's garbage."
That was many hours of Danielle watching me play and laughing her ass off at me getting shot and yelling at the TV. Those were the days.
Shooting white people stuff this week, Lou.
You know what? I don't know. I don't know if I was thinking about that earlier today. I'm like, well, what do I have for white people shit that Lou did? And I'm not. You guys tell me if you count this. So we had the podcast on Thursday. So Friday, I think it was Friday, or was it Thursday? Thursday when I went to the game. So I go to
Friday because you didn't talk about the game before.
I didn't talk about the game on Thursday. Okay, so on Friday or Thursday or whatever
Thursday.
it was.
That's we recorded on Friday last week.
Did we? Or I was just yeah. You're right. But I don't think I talked about the game. So anyway. So the Pepsi Center out here in Denver, the arena for hockey and basketball is now Ball Arena. So we call it the SAC. So
as you should.
Right, absolutely. So for my job, I get with a lot of schmoozing that happens, and I was invited to go and hang out in one of the suites at the SAC for the Nuggets game against the Celtics. So super cool, super fantastic. You know, I have my gloves for all the food. I wasn't going to touch wings or sloppy ass burgers with bare hands. That's just disgusting. But either way, so. But what I noticed was this is a basketball game, and that's like 90% of the league is black, right? And that might be generous. Maybe it's more. But in Denver, it's 90% of the fans are white. And I'm like surrounded by all these white people at a basketball game, and I was like, this is unexpected. Like I thought obviously this is my own stereotypes here. I thought basketball is all black people at basketball games, and it's not. It was majority. There was like me, and I could probably count the other 15 black people at this basketball game. But hanging out in a suite where everybody was posh and drinking and eating, and I'm sitting there looking around and watching these people like they're used to this. I'm not sure if that's a white people thing to do, hanging out in suites or VIP and all that, or my I didn't think it was because I saw that as that's a rich people thing. It had nothing to do with black or white. That's how I saw it. What do you guys think?
Yeah, it's definitely a rich people thing. I've never been in a suite before, so.
So, okay, this is like my 6th time between a couple hockey games and basketball games because our vendors, our jobs. This is something that regularly happens every year. But
some of us
too.
Some of us buy $1 million homes, and some of us get to go to the suite at the SAC multiple times a year.
Oh yeah, that sweet SAC. That's what I'm gonna call it. What are you doing tonight? I'm gonna join the sweet SAC.
Lou, just for clarification, in 2023, the percentage of African American NBA players was 70.4, white was 17.5, Hispanic was 2.2, Asian was 0.2, and 2 or more races was 9.7.
Yay. 80% black, huh?
Yep. So yeah, stop exaggerating, motherfucker.
I know I said 90. That's way wrong.
NBA is progressive now.
I was that's at least 11.2% off.
Living his black math.
I'm guessing. You know what? Now what is that increase? 10% over 80.
My experience in the suites is that the majority of the people, so if you have 12 people in a suite, 10 people are just there to hang out and 2 people are actually there to watch the game.
Oh, dude, you're spot on. Because that suite probably had 16 that could fit in there.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, a lot of Nuggets fans that were there. They're all locals, and I'm not a Nuggets hater the way I'm a Broncos hater. And I'm, as a Lakers fan, I hate the Celtics more. So I was actually rooting for Denver that night, and they won by like 6 or 7, whatever it was. So that worked out. But you're not kidding. There was so much people just BSing in the back, drinking, eating, and a handful, the small group of like 4 people that were absolutely in tune into that game.
And those are people that probably were invited by people who were going to the game already, and they were like, "Oh shit, I get to go to a."
Yeah, I get to watch, especially because Celtics are like number 1 in the East, Denver's number 1 in the West. It's like, oh, it's a great game. We get to see 2 great teams, and holy crap, I'm sitting there kind of doing both. I am, talking to my vendors because I do actually have work for them to do. Matter of fact, one of them actually got a contract tonight, nothing to do with that game, but they got a contract that I needed to get signed. So I was doing work, but you're right. I look over and there are people who just pins and needles into this game, and I'm not a huge basketball fan. It is right. It ain't hockey. I'll watch. If it was hockey, I would have been the fool up front watching the game and like, I don't know what y'all talking about, but I'm watching this game. Especially if the Avalanche were playing the Knights. If they were playing Vegas, I'd be like, stop talking to me. I'm gonna throw you out of this damn booth if you.
I know you invited me, but you can get the fuck out.
Exactly. It's like y'all need to stop that. So yeah, nothing too crazy this week, but like I said, I wasn't sure if that was a white people thing. I consider it more of a rich people thing, but
definitely
we can go with rich white people.
I mean, to be fair, the hosts were rich white people, so
there you go.
So,
there you go.
I think, but obviously grateful, super grateful. It was nice, good experience.
In my experience, if I haven't won sweet tickets or got sweet tickets because of the season ticket holder Blazer thing, then it's always white people that are running the show. So I think that counts. I say counts.
I'll take it, damn it. I'll take it. Because like I told you, like the 6 times that I've been, the hosts have always been some company where the owner is a rich white person. So it's okay. I ain't mad. It's just circumstances. Right. It is what it is. I don't care.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, good for you for being rich. You just happen to be white. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. And you're there. So sweet.
Yeah, I got to enjoy some ribs with my gloves and the other food with my gloves, and it was great.
I have I'll do the question next week, so we'll save that for next
fans.
I know, right?
Yeah.
You got me curious. Damn, this ain't even a joke, folks. He really did not tell us ahead of time. We have no idea what he's talking about.
I'll forget by next week.
You need to
hang on. I'm going to get my notepad out so I can take notes. Remember it for next week.
What else you got, Jack? Anything?
Oh, darn. I have something fun to report back.
Oh, nice. Wait. I know what I can report. I got a comment on somebody who likes your backpacks in the background. We won't name them who they are because they ain't paying us. But the comment was, if you have more, can you swap them out like every week? At least one. Them. I did notice. See, I did notice.
I got the Bo-Katan and I got the I Am Not a Jedi. The best episode of Rebels ever.
That's the one I noticed
on the back.
Week, but I am no Jedi.
Yeah.
But so if you have more, the request was just one, swap out one every week. Okay.
I can do that.
Make sure you move your giant dome so we can see it if you change it out.
Yeah, the one over your right shoulder there, that's the one you want to. That's the one you want to swap out. At least put one new one there every week.
Yeah, there you go.
I can do that.
All right.
I got a new background too.
Yay,
boom!
I saw that
feedback.
I was looking at that. I guess I can't see it from my screen, but when it gets posted, we'll be able to see the full screen of that image because I saw it earlier in the week and it looked damn good.
Just trying to clean up the room, make myself look a little more profesh.
Yeah, I'll worry about that later. like my camera that I was supposed to get 3 weeks ago.
Baby
we
steps.
monetize.
Baby steps.
Yeah.
We
So.
monetize. We'll build studios for all of us. Just
There you
For
go.
real.
soundproof booth.
And fly us
Once-
in each. No. We'll have one studio, and Lou and I will just fly in on
We'll just-
Thursdays.
Yeah, fly in, fly out. Quick flight, dudes. Hour 25 in the air. That's it. Hour 25 in the air.
Private jet leaves and lands when you want it to. So
I don't care about my carbon footprint. Private jet is fine.
Right? If I look like Taylor Swift to you, shit.
Nope. Sweet.
All right. Well, we'll wrap it up. See you guys next week. Thanks for
Peace
listening,
out.
and tell your
Peace.
tell your
Take
foreign
care, guys.
friends.
Foreign people like us.